What's up, everybody? Okay. Have everybody settle in. Hi, everybody. Okay. Good stuff, good stuff. Esther G, I see you. Hello. Okay, so I wonder if you guys know by now who our special guest is. And if you guys don't know, I can do a brief introduction of this person. And Tofu Nim is saying, can you say my name? Tofu Nim. Also, very important, we have, one moment. Here's my face. Hello. So, we have 25th BAM coming in with the Bronze Tusk. I remember 25th BAM, you are the first Tusk member, if I remember correctly, 25th BAM. And I rarely see you type, but if you're in chat, I just want to let you know, thank you very much for supporting the channel. Yes, I do have a haircut. It is very, very hot. It's starting to get very hot where I am. So I had to get this haircut. It's very steamy here. I have a fan going on, so just barely livable. All right. So, all right, everybody. This is the what's happening today. We are doing a kind of like a semi-interview style first half, and then the latter half will move into a fairly intense account review. This time, not only am I going to go into the accounts to balance out their stuff, kind of give them a sense of direction, but also I will take on specific challenges now. Bolo Yash coming in with the $5 says hello Walrus and Huangle. My friend Bolo, I don't know if Huangle is even here yet. She usually kind of eases herself in midway through the stream or after a little bit. So don't worry if she's here. I'm sure she sees the message. All right. So everyone, the first half is going to be an interview-based live stream. I welcome all of you to engage in this interview. Ask questions with our special guest, because this person actually he's here is able to share with us the insight of somebody who has not only played Genshin Impact extensively but also spent a decent amount of money. It's not a secret, right? And also he has made content for the game. We are having a fellow, well, I'll kind of give it away if I say the next one. I guess fellow ex-Genshin Impact content creator with us, talking about his entire journey through this process, as well as what made him finally make this decision to become an ex-Genshin Impact content creator. And going forward, what does he think about MiHoYo versus the game Genshin Impact long term? All right? Yes, the man himself, it's Jazzy. And for people who know him, he is a fellow Genshin Impact creator, content creator. He made a lot of guide videos. He talked about news discussions, updates, and a ton of good stuff. We are very close to Jazzy and his community. When it comes to community interactions, he completely smacked our booty cheeks once with his community. So we had a lot of fun. All right. So now, guys, as you can see, Psychic Beats says that guy's guides were amazing. I'll miss him. But don't worry, Psychic Beats, he'll be here. You'll be hearing him live. So let's see if we can get Jazzy in here right now. All right, I'm gonna call him. Let's see. Hello. All right, chat, can you hear him?
Can you hear me, chat? How we sounding? We sounding good? We sounding good?
There we go. I can see, yep, his volume is there. So then we will go into this one right here. So chat, I think everything is good. We have chat here on screen as well as all the questions we are listing out today. So chat, you guys can see the questions. You guys can see me. Jazzy is here with us live as we essentially go through each of these questions. All right. So chat, you guys kind of see what's on the table here as we move along. And Jazzy, for I guess no one can introduce themselves better than themselves. So please go ahead and introduce yourself. I'm sure a lot of people in chat knows who you are, but a lot probably doesn't. So please go ahead.
Sure. So, well, for those of you who don't know, my name is Elliot. I go by Jazzy on YouTube. I've been a content creator since July of 2020. I actually started with Arknights, another gotcha game. It's kind of like a tower defense slash lane defense game. Played that for a couple months, and then once Genshin Impact came out, that's basically when I made the switch. I honestly didn't expect to fall in love with Genshin Impact like I did when it first came out. I mean, you can even go back. I have a video on my channel about my first impressions about Genshin Impact. And I even said in the video, I don't think this will be like my new game or anything. I'll probably stick with Arc Knights. And lo and behold, that was not the case. I found that the fact that like it was still a gacha game, but you could actually play the game versus like in Arc Knights, your daily grinds are literally just hitting a replay level, and that's it. So the fact that Genshin Impact had this whole like world you could explore, it was a change of pace. And in terms of my gaming experience before that, I'd taken a break for a while. Arc Knights is kind of what got me back into gaming. I actually played another gacha game the year before called Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, which it's not a gacha game, but you still there are microtransactions to buy characters and stuff like that. So it's kind of a similar game in terms of monetization and rough gameplay. It's like a turn-based strategy game. So I was not a stranger to that, but I ended up spending a couple $100s in that game. And for those people who know me now, that's kind of a drop in the bucket compared to what I've spent on Genshin Impact. But back then, that was the first, that was my introduction to that type of genre. So when I actually looked at my receipts, I was like, oh boy, I need to get out before it becomes a problem. And, here we are now with where I was with Genshin, and it became a bigger problem, to say the least. But yeah, that's kind of like my rough history for anyone who doesn't know me.
Okay, so yes, Jazzy here has been through. So it in a way it makes what we are about to talk about and what Jazzy is about to touch on when it comes to this kind of type of game is more credible. Chat. Both Jazzy and I, we've played extensively all varieties of games. We've spent money in different kinds of games. Of course, with spending money comes, I guess, in a way, gratification versus, we look back and say, well, was it worth it? And going forward, will we continue doing this? Right? It's just there's a lot of that when it comes to Genshin Impact. But anyways, first and foremost, let's move into, I think we are already hitting it pretty hard with our very first question, right? So
Yeah.
please my chat here knows, most people here know, so I don't want to reiterate what I think the current state of Genshin Impact is like, but please, Jazzy, tell us a little bit about what do you think of the current state of Genshin Impact?
All right. So I think there's like a couple different camps of interpretations to the game when it comes to players, because you have one camp of players who I've been playing since day one, and I think there's a lot of people out there who have been playing since day one. I think even if you're in the free to play camp, because there's different categories you can put on them: free to play, dolphin, whale, leviathan, shrimp, whatever you want to categorize them as. They're all just terms of roughly how much you spend. There's no like dollar amount that you spend. But even as a free to play player, you are definitely able to hit AR 50, 55 now, I think is where most players should be. They're at this end game type content. You also have a portion of people who are constantly being introduced to Genshin Impact even now. There are people who I have regularly seen in comments that they were just introduced to the game and the game's been out for 8 months. So I think you kind of have to look at it in two different aspects: the people who are brand new to the game and the people who have been here for a while. Because everybody has been at that stage of being brand new to the game, right? We all had to start there at one point or another. And I think we can all agree that the beginning up to like AR 40, 45, that is like the glory period of Genshin Impact. That's when you're exploring the world, doing your story quests, finding all the Oculus, finishing your statues, grinding up characters, because there's actually like you could potentially die because like the content is there is a significant difficulty in that period. But then once you get out of that period, you start getting into this grinding territory. And I remember back when the game first came out, I remember Damone Kim was actually one of the guys that I watched for like the first month or so, because I mean he had been playing in all the closed betas, right? So he was very knowledgeable about the systems. And one thing he kept saying over and over and over again is like once you get to 45 and you can start getting those 5-star artifacts, that's where the grind begins. And he's entirely right, because once you get past that portion of gameplay, that beginning portion, it feels like that's all the game is just grinding for artifacts, but with no real end goal. At least in my opinion. Of course, this is all in my opinion, because there are some people who love the game for what it is. Your mini games, your quest lines, the events that come out every couple weeks. There's definitely a portion of players who enjoy this type of gameplay. But for the players who are spending their time grinding artifacts and there not be a payoff for that, it makes these players, I think, start to fall off. And it's the players who expected there to be some kind of payoff that I think are getting disappointed. And, you know, I think that there's a certain... You kind of have to know what you're getting into with a gacha game, because as it has always been with gacha, the content of a gacha game is the characters, right? I feel like there was someone who put it really well in that Genshin Impact at its end game, not at the beginning, but at its end game, feels like a skeleton of a game. It feels like an alpha or a beta. And a lot of people have kind of reiterated this in different ways, saying, you know, oh, this is a long-term game. You have to like give it time, give it a year, give it 2. Well, people don't have that much time. Like if you need 2 years to be a fully fledged game, you're just a beta. And so, at least in my opinion, like if you're not going to give me a full-fledged game until 2 years out, I don't fully understand why the game was released.
Okay, so actually, we have unpacked quite a bit there, and I think it's
yeah. Sorry, I tend to ramble, so cut me off.
yeah. So actually, you made right there just now. I think we can bring chat in that regards, because I think you made an amazing point just now in that Genshin Impact. I think even the people who were heavily defending the game, it's actually used as one of its biggest defense, is that, you know, okay, give it time. Genshin needs time to grow, right? So now, since we got chat here with us, please chat right now in chat. Let us know whether you believe it's still a game that's still growing. Tell me, how long are you willing to wait? You can take from this point on. You can say 3 months, 1 year, 2 year. Let me know. Realistically speaking, how long are you willing to wait for Genshin Impact to become the game of your choice? Right? So right here I see somebody says 3 months. Somebody saying Magic Tech Review says I will play it for 10 years. Someone is saying 1, maybe 2 years, 1 to 2 years, a year. Yes, within a year, 1 to 2 years, 6 months, 1 year, 1 year. 1 year seems to be a very common one. A year or two, a year or two, a year or two, a year. 5 months.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it seems like, well, I guess so. 1 year and within, like there are definitely people who are saying 3 years. Even somebody, Magic Tech Review, saying 10 years. So somebody's willing to go all the way, and some people short saying like, you know, a couple months. So I guess in that regards, 1 year. Let's just take 1 year. I think the average is probably a little less shorter than 1 year, but let's just go with 1 year. So 1 year from now. Let's say 1 year from now, realistically, we will have Inazuma, but we will not have anything beyond Inazuma. So then here's the question, right? Then actually, this is a great segue for us to go into patch 1.6 and beyond, because as we continue going, I would anticipate Inazuma is coming within the next 3 patches. And Inazuma essentially will be coming out. Like, they would have to do something amazing with Inazuma because why? Mondstadt and Liyue were released as 2 regions. And it was released in 1.0, right? But now, if they release Inazuma, and then we have to wait an entire another year to get the next region, then it's literally half of the content that we got from 1.0. Because imagine if the game was released only with Mondstadt, and then we have to wait until, play Mondstadt for a whole year to get Liyue. It's kind of like that's what's going to happen, right? We're going to get Inazuma, and then what? I can guarantee, chat, people will finish Inazuma faster than you can say, I can't think of a word, out of resin. People will blow through Inazuma like it's nothing because people are so deprived of content, unless miHoYo on purposely segments Inazuma, which I personally think would be terrible. People will be outraged. We'll have people like writing essays. So if miHoYo releases the full zone, people are gonna crush through it, and then we're gonna be out of content again. So 1 year from now, we're probably gonna be on our way to the second region. So let's talk about that, Jazzy. What do you think, like, what patch 1.6 and beyond, realistically speaking? So now with our 1 year time frame in mind, which is what most chat are saying, what do you think about patch 1.6 and beyond?
Well, in terms of 1.6, I more or less spoke my mind in the video, so I'll try and keep it brief. I was not super impressed, simply because it seemed to me like it was the same content that has been continually coming out, is the mini games, the non-permanent content. And I think most of this content that has been coming out, and the reason why there's a lot of outcry against people like myself who have problems with the game, like, I can enjoy the game and still have my gripes with it, right? Just because I have gripes with it doesn't mean that I hate the game or anything. It's like, I can hope that a game be better. We should always strive to be better and to improve. We shouldn't just settle. But so for me, 1.6 was more of the same. It wasn't much of an upgrade in any sorts for me, just because that's what I was not really looking for. But the thing that concerns me is if you think about it, like, so we have 2 regions now, right? We have Liyue and we have Mondstadt. So when Inazuma comes out, what content is there in Mondstadt or Liyue that we continually do? Right? So everyone's saying that, oh, when Inazuma comes out, it's going to change the game. But what is there in Mondstadt or Liyue that we're doing every day? Right? Like, on a bi-weekly basis, it's Abyss. We have world bosses, but those aren't, I mean, you have 2 per region, okay. But if there's no major, like, they have the like free-to-play casual gameplay locked down. So when I've talked to people who are free-to-play, they love this game. The mini games, the hangouts, the bosses that just kind of pop in, the story quests, they love it. And that's fantastic. They clearly have that corner of the market nailed. And I think that there's a portion of the market that is your higher spenders that maybe they should lend a little bit of their development time towards. There was a video that just dropped, I think, the other day. If anyone knows Josh Strife Hayes, he mostly covers MMO content, but he does kind of like video essays and stuff like that. He just actually recently came out with a video talking about the whales and the free-to-play relationship. And in business, I forget what the term was, but basically there's 20% of an audience that contributes to 80% of something. And this is a number that you can see throughout like all of business. It's not just like a one-trick pony, basically. And so when you look at the monetization of Genshin Impact, 80% of the revenue of this game comes from the top 20% of the player base. So that's, I mean, they're right now they're kind of building content for that bottom 80% of the spenders, right? And I'm not saying that you just switch to 100% to the whales. That's ridiculous. You can't do that, like, because then you're going to lose the bottom 80% of your player base. But to not give anything to that 20% at the top who is looking for more of a challenge, that's why they spend money to get the 5-star weapons, to get the characters, right? Or at least you would think so, because otherwise, why would you be spending for these powerful weapons, these powerful characters?
So
to not
actually, on that point, I have a very interesting take on this. It's because I think when it comes to whale spending in Genshin Impact, just like you said, the 20-80 ratio, right? A vast majority of the player base don't have access to Constellation 6 5-star units with 5 R5 weapons. And in a way, I guess apart from the traditional like pay to win games with PvP ladders, that's the whales were beating down on the free to plays. But instead of that, the whales now share a glimpse into this kind of like almost god status for these characters as consumable content. So, for example, someone I can name is Tony Toe, right? He is known in the community as the guy who shows free-to-play players a glimpse of what these units can do at their absolute most cracked out states, fully maxed, god tier artifacts, as beefed out as they can get. So in a way, Genshin Impact's monetization model heavily relies on the consumption of these kind of content, right? If free-to-play players continue to be engaged or intrigued by, wow, I wonder what C6 Kazuha with R5 weapon does, as long as they're willing to watch and give whales this attention, then whales will continue to whale on the game, because in a way, the whales are getting gratification. It's just most whales are getting it. Well, I guess I'm using a very specific example in that this whale is also a YouTuber, or he creates some sort of content. But if you actually go into the Chinese Bilibili, it's actually a well-known place for whales to kind of flaunt their expenditures in these games, right? So I think that MiHoYo, in a way, is doing it better than other games in that they are shying away from the PvP ladder. I think it was brought up in Hunting the World of MMO Whales, the video by Josh Strife, right? Josh Hayes. So he was talking about most business models use their free-to-play player base as like the punching bags for whales, right? But Genshin has tried very, very hard. In fact, Genshin has refused to include any sort of competitive gameplay. And they're even very careful with player-to-player interactions, in that whales can, like, stronger players can only benefit their free-to-play player base versus can compete. And I guess in a way, MiHoYo trying to set up this model where the whales not only benefit the business, which is MiHoYo, but also try to get whales to help out with free-to-play players. Is that something you think MiHoYo is actively leaning towards, to try to create this win-win scenario?
I think indirectly. So I actually had kind of like a realization after watching Josh's video, in that, so for me personally, I'm sitting here hoping that there's harder combat, right? I'm looking for a harder challenge in actual combat, not necessarily PvP, like players going against each other, but let's say, for example, like a ladder, where, kind of like the hypostasis event that we've had in the past, where the highest score, goes up to the top, and the highest score at the end of the week gets an extra reward or something like that. That kind of PvP, not players going against each other.
But the thing is, once we get into that territory, that's when a lot of players, well, you can imagine the free-to-play players would immediately be like, well, there is no way in hell any free-to-play player would even get within top, I would want to say 1,000, because Genshin is very popular game, right? No free-to-play player realistically can ever even think about getting those rewards. And yes, while I understand that it's a way for MiHoYo to reward the whales in a small way, uh, I just think if we are going off of a leaderboard, there shouldn't be any rewards that are associated with being the best. I think being the best, having your name there at the top, may be a shiny border. Like go with what MOBAs do, like those kind of you know MOBAs do. Like you get the shiny border, right? Sure, you wailed for it, doesn't matter. There's nothing that comes with the shiny border but bragging rights and whatnot. But no like additional prizes, because once that starts happening, free to play players will be like, well, that's yet another thing that I will never be able to get, because realistically speaking, the whales will always like keep the free to plays beneath them.
Yeah, I agree with that. So basically, with that point aside, I think that's a different different conversation. But I think where I was trying to go with this is to kind of answer your question before, is MiHoYo is not leaning on that kind of PvP. I think where they're leaning on this whale FTP relationship is not like in another game where it's about beating other players. I think that the actual let's say quote unquote PvP, if you will, is actually collecting the characters. And it's almost, I mean, it's not a great way to put it, but it's almost just like flashing your wallet is kind of the quote unquote end game. Like if you're a end game player, you have these C6 characters, and that is your, I completed this level in X amount of time, or I completed the hardest mode of this type of game. I don't think they're going for that type of gameplay. I think the fact that you do have these characters, that is the end game content. Does that kind of make sense?
Right. I see what you mean. So you're saying that in the sense of endgame for Genshin Impact, it's not about clearing content, but about obtaining these characters. So for example, let's say 3 years from now, 4 years from now, the free to play players would start to have their, let's say, first C6 5-star characters, right? Realistically, maybe sooner if they're just targeting a specific character and just skipping every single 5-star. And once free to play players start to achieve this, because we've seen it in other games, it's not impossible for free to play players to, let's say, get C6 Eula, like let's just say Eula, C6 Eula with R5 Pines in 2 years, 3 years from currently. And you're saying that currently MiHoYo is setting the game up for that acquisition of that complete character as the end game, versus, let's say, Spiral Abyss or difficult events or future potentially end game content. Are you saying that's MiHoYo's focus? So that, in sense, for this question, that's the beyond we're talking about. That's what we're looking forward to.
Yeah, I think so. I've had some talks with a friend of mine who's in the gaming industry, and what they explained to me, because they've worked on gacha games before, is that especially, and I'm not gonna like pretend to be a expert on this, so if I say anything incorrect, guys don't roast me or anything, because this is just what I was told. But basically, in the Chinese market, it's less so about actually competing, and like it's more important to have like a better account than the next player.
Right.
So
I can attest to that. I can, because I actually spent almost 10 years in China playing with these whales. So this is the mentality when it comes to whales in China, right? Like in China, there's this something called like face. It's the concept of face. So we're deviating a little bit, but let me tell you guys a little. I mean, some people in the chat are probably Chinese. There's something called face. And what face means is when you are put in front of strangers or friends or colleagues or acquaintances, you want to present the best version of yourself at all time. Yes, Jesus 1151 is called mianzi. So this concept of face is so sometimes it gets so out of hand that so you guys heard about like Chinese parents, you know, making their kids become lawyers, doctors, engineers, and it's not just Chinese, Korean. I guess the concept is there in Korean culture, Japanese culture, Indian culture. It's this concept of you always want to be presenting the best possible version of yours. That doesn't mean, for example, right now, if I walked out and met a friend, right, I would want to say like, hey, oh yeah, YouTube's doing well. Is it like, oh yeah, I'm doing fine on YouTube. Am I like tech-tone? No, but I sure as hell will try my best to present myself in a as close to tech-tone's light as possible. Like, oh, I'm doing well. I'm not gonna say, oh, I'm struggling, and that and this concept becomes so twisted when when it's brought into business models such as like pay to whale gaming, whaling. Some people have so much like the world in China is so difficult to survive in that when all you have is this game to be a somebody, it becomes like that's your everything, right? So that's why in China some people will literally, quite literally, put their life savings into a video game that has a decent player base just so they can be somebodies in those video games. You kind of see what I mean? Whereas in the West, I think we don't see this problem as like accentuated as badly. It's also because of upbringing. Like, you know, you are who you are. You do what you want. Like, right, freedom of speech. Freedom. Like, I'm not gonna go into the whole political side, but that's the difference. That's why people in China, it's all about this concept of face, saving face, or like just looking good, and it's so out of control. I think this generation is worse than the last generation. Whereas the last generation, my parents' generation, just wanted to be respected, to look good. This generation, me looking good is not enough. You have to look bad. You know what I mean? It's to a certain group, it's gotten to that point. So that's why beating down on free to play, or beating down on I spend 10,000, but that guy only spent 5,000. So then I have to put him in his place, right? I have to, like, this is just how it's gotten. So that's why it's so toxic, competitive, and that's what gaming companies feed off of. So, anyways, I've also rambled quite a bit, but so okay. Now we talked about some of these problems, right? We've touched on all these issues. So
Yeah.
let's move on to this one. Is there, in your opinion, a potential for an immediate fix? Let's be real. Some fixes won't happen for a long time. You can't just. There's no way they can fix a lot of these issues immediately, but there are some ways they can fix certain immediate issues. But then, of course, we have the long-term fixes. So let's talk a little bit about what do you think are potential immediate fixes? Like literally next patch 1.6, they can drop something that would be like, oh my god, thank you for this, right? Versus some long-term fixes that they can slowly implement over time.
Well, again, it you know, I can only talk from a whale's perspective because I think the free to play community is actually incredibly happy with where the game is. So in terms of from, you know, that perspective, I don't think that they would want to fix, or do they even think there needs to be a fix? So I can only speak from my perspective, but from my perspective, there would need to be some kind of, again, I'm not a game designer. I'm not going to pretend to design a content right here and now, but some kind of content that needs to be repeatable. That, I mean, the two things are like repeatable and have a purpose. Right now we have repeatable. We can go and run Abyss all day long. I mean, I have done so. When I do my guides, like, you know, I'm doing 10 to 20 runs per team, like, to try and get either like that good run, or, you know, your character just dies and you got to run it again. But if there's no end goal, you're just kind of spinning wheels, right? Like the domains are a really good example of this, where when you do a domain, you're going for the artifacts, right? And we all know about artifact hell. It sucks. when you finally get that good artifact, and then you roll the fourth stat and it's defense, and you're like, oh no, don't do this to me. And then you roll it again and it's defense, and you're like, oh no, don't do this to me. The artifact grind is the grind, but it's never over, right? You can never have a perfect artifact because it's just always, there's always going to be one more you can get. So I don't. One thing we talked about, this is a couple months ago, that I would have liked to see is, instead of weapons having banners themselves, because I think everyone can agree that the having pity on a character banner is pretty good because you're always guaranteed to get the character, whether it's the first time around or the second time around. Weapon banner's pretty rough. You're never guaranteed to get what you want. I would like to see some kind of repeatable, whether it be Abyss. Let's take Abyss because that's in Genshin Impact. Something like that where you complete a certain amount of floors, and then afterwards you get, your loot that you would like from a domain, with a very, very small chance to get either a 4-star weapon or a 5-star weapon. This would do a couple things. It would make it a lot easier to acquire weapon experience in the game, because currently you really just have chests. Unless you're pulling, that's where all your weapons come from. They of course implemented the magic crystals, and you could get weapon experience before that. But other than that, there was no real way to get weapons in game, right? Your 4-star weapons other than your craftables. So, do I think this is going to happen? No, because that's a way that they monetize the game. But this is kind of like where I would like to see them go, to have some kind of reward. So it gives you a reason to continually repeat the content, because you're going for that super slight chance to get that Wolf's Gravestone or to get that Skyward Harp, right?
So
if you look at
okay,
yep.
And actually, that's something I've never ever considered, and I think it's great that you brought it up. So now let's say this. Chat, stay with us. All right, I'm about to tell me if this is a bad idea, but because I think it could be a great idea. All right,
okay,
so
go for it.
Spiral Abyss, 36 stars, the crown jewel, the hard flex of anyone. Yes, while the flex is good, right? Let's say if for every cycle of Abyss, let's say once you get to 30 stars, 33 stars, 36 stars, you can unlock, potential rewards, like bonus rewards. And once you reach that 36-star reward, there is a chance when you open that chest, like you said, you could get a 5-star weapon. And of course, MiHoYo will be putting different weapons on rotation. So for example, let's say right now they are giving away the Wolf's Gravestone. There's a 0.5% chance that when you open that chest, you will get a Wolf's Gravestone. Only for 36-star Spiral Abyss. Can free-to-play players achieve it? In a way, yes, but I will tell you, people will be grinding their asses off to get 36 stars. They will literally lose sleep. They will be consuming every guide. They will be looking for every possible ounce of power they can squeeze out of their characters. They will be farming EXP. Just to get the chance at a 0.5% at a Wolf's Gravestone. And of course, let's say they already have a Wolf's Gravestone. I don't want a Wolf's Gravestone. Then hey, you know what? For this Abyss cycle, I can take it a little easier, but I'll still try to get the 30 stars so I can get the, extra goodies, whatever the extra goodies is. So let's say 30 stars, you can get to choose a prototype, right? It's once every 2 weeks, MiHoYo, right? Once every 2 weeks, if you can get 30 stars in Spiral Abyss, you get to choose, or randomize it, give it a but it's a guaranteed prototype drop from the 30-star chest. And of course, we have the 33 stars. If you can achieve 33 stars, bam, another smaller, bigger reward. Get people excited for 30 stars, 33 stars, the 36 stars, right? I think that could be something they can do immediately to start incentivizing more people to push for Abyss. Because honestly, I'm just sitting here. I haven't even finished Abyss floor 12-3, and I can't bring myself to do it. Why? Right? So what do you think, chat? I think I've been seeing chat is saying that's a good addition, right? Right, more primos, more rewards, more tangible rewards. So what do you think, Jazzy?
So I think the idea to add that in is certainly a good one. I think adding in ways for free to play players to, catch up to the whales is always going to be a good thing. No one's going to say no to free rewards. I don't think it fixes the problem of that top echelon of spenders, though, because the fact is that they are still going to 36 star the Abyss the first or second time anyway, and then they're still left with 2 weeks without content. So while it does help put extra rewards into the game and get those 5-star weapons into the game without having to spend all your primos or hundreds of dollars, I still don't think that solution fixes the grind that some players are looking for, and a small portion of the player base, sure, but I don't think it solves that issue.
Right, exactly. So, right, I think the biggest problem that I think even people are shying away from constantly is that whether we want to face this reality or not, which is this next point that I have here, um, is that will we ever shy away from the whole mini game model and evolve into something else? While we should not abolish it, chat. Listen, I don't think MiHoYo should get rid of mini games altogether. I don't think so. That would be a terrible. I guarantee you, MiHoYo is planning to bring these games back. How much? Chat,
I agree.
how much you want to bet? MiHoYo will bring them back. They will start recycling mini games through different, periods of the game. However, what about this next part, evolving it? Is there a way MiHoYo can take this idea and evolve it into something more? And if that happens, will that be better for the game? Worse for the game? Chat, we're just talking here, right? So please share your opinions in chat as well. I want to hear, Jazzy, what your opinion is regarding the whole mini game model versus is there a way for us to while keeping the essence but also making it better? And I think this is a potential for whales to maybe get some more content. So what's your take on this?
100%. I've never advocated for them removing the mini games. Like the mini games are not for me personally, but that doesn't mean that there is not someone just like me out there who loves the mini games. So there's absolutely no reason to remove them. I think, is there room for additions and evolutions? Absolutely. A common thing that I've seen out there is that this phrase, like, it's a gotcha game, what do you expect? Yeah, I for me personally, that feels kind of like the lazy way out. So if you think of how much money a game company brings in, so I have some rough numbers here that I kind of want to share. So Resident Evil Village, it just came out, $60 price tag. It's brought in about $180 million. Resident Evil 7, these aren't all Resident Evil, but just to compare, this came out 3 years ago. It's brought in 510 million. Grand Theft Auto 5, currently, besides like Minecraft and Tetris, like the biggest game there's ever been since 2013. It's brought in $8 billion, right? Over 8 years, $8 billion. And this is like as long as every single person who spent money on it paid the full 60, but of course there's sales and stuff, so that's not exact, but for a rough estimation. So in 8 years, it's brought in $8 billion. Genshin Impact in, I think it was was it March that they came out with this report that it pulled in $1 billion? So to say that it's just a gotcha game when it can bring in that kind of revenue, they can certainly put in the time and effort to add in extra features for the people, for that, like, the 20% that does pay the 80% of the revenue. Now, is it going to come overnight? Absolutely not, because I don't think that they expected this game to blow up as it did.
So I have a follow-up question to you. So
absolutely.
The point you were talking about is, it's going to be an overtime thing. But here's my question. Because it's working so well, what incentive is there for MiHoYo to change what's working? Because we always say, like, don't change what's working. If it's working, keep rolling with it, right? So this is a question that I constantly ask myself, like, dude, why should they even change? Because they're doing so good right now. right? So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
so
Well,
how do you feel about that? Let's put ourselves in Mihoyo's shoes now. Like, right? What reasons do we have to change?
well, you gotta. I mean, you gotta think in the minds of a suit, right? The suits are the guys making the money decisions, not the creatives. Um, their entire goal is to bring in more money. So the idea, so you have to think, how do we bring in more money? If I was someone in this decision, and of course I'm biased in this, I would want to make content that would get the whales spending more. It's easy to get someone. It's easy. What's the metaphor? Like it's easy to push a stone that's in like a boulder that's in motion. It's really hard to get one started that's at a standstill, right? So it's going to be really, really difficult and take a lot of mihoyo's effort to get a free to play player to spend that first 10, 20, $50. But for a whale, like you got your tech tones, right? They're spending, or he's spending like, what was it, $2,000 on one of the most recent weapon banners. For him to spend another, 1,000 to outdo another Genshin creator, that's nothing for him. So I would be looking for ways to incentivize the whales to just spend more money.
But
To me, that's what makes the most sense.
But the thing is, if we incentivize the whales to spend more money, we have to give them a reason. So that's going back to our point with like a leaderboard, or some sort of PvP elements, which the free to play player has been incredibly outspoken. Like literally, the free to play is like you can do anything with the game, but just keep PvP out of it. So how do we solve this issue without damaging the free to play players or their free to play player base, which they, I guess we seen the video talking about, the Josh's video talking about that the free to play players in many of those other business models are like the punching bag. So how do we prevent Genshin free to play players from becoming punching bags of the whales, while also at the same time incentivizing whales to take that next step and continue spending?
So, can I answer, or not answer, but can I ask you a question before
Yes,
I
yes,
answer yours?
yes.
So, how exactly does adding a PvP style leaderboard hurt the free to play players' experience in a way that mini games don't hurt a whale's experience?
So this is how I see it, right? Currently, whales spend in the game fully knowing there's no way to get an edge over someone else. You can get an edge over the game, right? The game, you're stuck in abyss. Well, get Eula C6, go in, and chances are you're gonna smash through the wall that you're facing. But so they spend knowing they cannot get the leg up. But free to play, like once we incorporate that ladder, right? Then whales would be like, okay, I am spending now, fully knowing I will be able to stomp over the free to plays on the ladder board, right? Of course. And of course they should be, because they're spending money. They're paying the bills for Mihoyo. But then again, then the free to play players experience, because the free to play players do not detract away from the whales experience. In fact, they actually feed into it, right? In a way, because they're the audience. They're the ones with the bubbly eyes looking up at the C6 Eulas. Whereas the other option, the leaderboard, is whales pushing them, the free to play players, down, while of course whales will always be whales fighting amongst each other. So of course then it becomes like, yes, you're right, the mini games feel terrible for the whales, right? We don't, but the whales are spending fully knowing that's what we're getting right now, versus the free to play players. Their experience will be taken down a peg because they're not able to even compete for that badge or that medal. So in a way, I guess it's one is actively putting one down, whereas the other one feels more neutral. So that's how I see this, and I'm just trying to think from a free to play player's perspective, in that this will mean that there's no hope, right? There's even no chance for me to even do that. Whereas the other one, the whale's doing it with whatever is in there, whatever drives them to spend that money. So that's how I see this.
Okay, so Okay, I can understand the pushing that because you're absolutely right. Like free to play players are never going to out DPS a whales account. It's never going to happen. We've seen it 100 times. So to play devil's advocate here, if this is an addition, if free to play players are currently okay with how Genshin Impact is currently as a game, in addition, what if like I guess from my perspective, I don't understand how a player who knows they can't ever get that shiny badge on their nameplate or whatever it may be, not an actual like monetary reward, but just like a cosmetic, not like a skin, but like a star on your badge or something like that. How does ignoring that, knowing that you can never beat a whale, how does that? I guess I don't understand how that hurts your gameplay experience, because if you ignore that completely, the game is exactly the same as you've been playing it and loving it this past 8 months to a year, whenever it would come out. Ignoring it doesn't hurt your experience. It's because if we look at other games that are similar to this, your open world RPGs, whatever it may be, like I don't know, The Witcher or something, there's always going to be aspects of the game that you don't touch because you don't find them enjoyable, or whether they're too difficult, you just find them too boring, whatever the reason may be. There's parts of games that you don't touch. So developing systems that every player needs to enjoy, I think, is more harmful than creating several systems that a small group of players can enjoy.
Right. So now, exactly. And I think you bring up a really good point in that why should the free-to-play players even care or about this, a leaderboard? Well, they're still going to be on the leaderboard. Like, as a free-to-play players, you might be able to make the top 25%. If you try really hard, if you optimize your gameplay, know what you do, you can still beat a lot of free-to-play players, right? It's just, why should, and I think this is a great question in that the way to answer it is and this is great because you're a YouTuber. You know how certain people respond to, like, we can talk about it. Like, I guarantee you, I can go make a video detailing like this whole structure and how it benefits free to play and whales at the same time. And just because I have the words PvP in the title or in the thumbnail, people won't even watch like 30 seconds of it. They'll come in, knee jerk reaction, downvote, they're gone. Right?
100%.
Right? Yeah. And this is that the knee jerk reaction is that when the free to play players see a system like that come into the game, they're not going to think about this logically. They're going to think about it like, wow, MiHoYo is catering to the whales now. There's going to be massive panic. Even though, like you just said, it won't affect the free-to-play players whatsoever. It's not taking away from their experience. In fact, having this leaderboard will give them a shiny border too, right? It's just, they're like, oh wow, that is a feature, because all they're looking at is the top feature. That is a feature, that shiny border with like the dragon circling, like animated particle effect. That is something I will never get. So that is designed for the whales, and MiHoYo is catering to the whales and not me. They don't care about us. They won't care about the year, like almost a year now of content that MiHoYo has constantly been catering towards the free to play. All they will care about is in this moment, MiHoYo has given up on the free-to-play. That's all they will think about. They will write essays and essays and essays about this. And I guess the fact that we've done YouTube or doing YouTube right now can attest to, how they're going to react when a system like this comes out. Just like how they react to a video like us, even possibly discussing the idea of this concept, right? It's just, that's just how it is. So while we still have you here, I do want you to move into the last point. So so maybe as you tie up our previous one talking about the leaderboard, can you also move into whether you believe MiHoYo will change this game? I mean, when we say change, we're not like 180 big flip, but we're saying like, can they push this game enough to, let's say, bring someone like you back, bring someone like Demone back? Is that possible, or are we too far gone? Or like people, like, I guess you and Demone Kim are very different. Demone's like actively outspoken, like, I will never touch a gacha game for the rest of my life, versus you're like, hey, if they make these adequate changes, I'll come back, right? So let's talk a little bit about that as closing statement for this interview.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of Demone, I don't think he's coming back. I think, I'm friends with some guys his age. He means what he says. he's been through enough crap in his life that he's like, there's so many other games out there. It is what it is. But in terms of myself, um, so people are gonna respond to this, be like, there's another content creator. Not gonna name him. We all know who he is. You would consider coming back to Genshin Impact? I left it kind of open ended in my video. For the most part, like, yes, I'm done with the content creation aspect. I even said in my video, like, I'm going to continue playing the game, but not like an everyday thing. Like, I have to, when Eula comes out, I have to get her to level 90, all her talents, like level 8. I got to get her weapon level up. Like, I'm not going to play like that. I'm going to play casually, like every other game, every other day, every 3 days, something, log in, do my quests, get a little bit, and that kind of thing. So would the game bring me back to play, like when Inazuma comes out? Yeah, I'll play it. I'll give it a shot, see what's out there. But the grinding every day, unless they come out with the content like that, maybe. But at this point, for me personally, I already expressed that I'm moving on to Final Fantasy 14, which is an MMO, which does have more of the systems that I'm personally looking for. So it would be it would probably take a while for them to change the game enough for me to consider like playing it a substantial amount of time. And that's, again, I just want to reiterate, that's not to say it's a bad game. Every single game out there has an audience. I just, after it took me 8 months to figure out that I'm just not their audience, and that's completely okay, right? Like, yeah, I'll leave it there. But for me personally, I think it would take a lot to get me back into the game. Will they change? I have a feeling they will eventually. I have a feeling that they didn't expect this game to be as big as it was. They made a crap ton of money, and development of anything, whether it be a video game, a TV series, what have you, these things take a lot of time. This game was not made overnight. It was made over the course of years. And getting things balanced, getting things designed, it's going to take a while. So maybe it is a year or 2 years out, and they can use this $1 billion that they made to implement these systems. But for me, that's just a little bit too long, in my opinion. If this game were to come out like a year or two from now, I think we're having a different conversation. But for me to stay in the game actively for another year or 2 years, that, like, I could wait, but to stay in the game is a bit too long. Does that make sense?
Right. I got you. So let's say,
like, there's other things I could spend my time on for those 2 years, rather than kind of treading water in the same game until I do get the content I want, rather than moving on to a game that can provide me what I'm looking for.
right, because I think what really hammers all this home is that we're talking about a game, right? We're talking about a game. What is a game? A game is something we play for leisure, for fun, for enjoyment. I see, like, that's where I think a lot of this is lost. That, people, we're just here to try to have fun, all right? And I think MiHoYo is trying their, well, I would hesitate to say their best. MiHoYo is trying to make sure we are having fun. As many of us is having fun as possible. Of course, they're here to make money. We're gonna see some like the constellation system, refinement system. That's just their way of incentivizing whales to help pay the bills. But in the end, I think MiHoYo will continue to innovate, to create different ways for us to enjoy. Some will be big success. Like, I don't think MiHoYo expected the win trace to be as popular as it was. I will swear, 6 months from now, a year from now, people will still be asking, when is Wind Trace coming back? Can we have Wind Trace? Can we have Wind Trace now in Inazuma? Can we, or it's hit and miss. And MiHoYo, I think, to a certain extent, is just experimenting. And there's nothing. No, that's wrong. That's me being too political. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. I'm saying, we. Oh my god, I'm struggling to find the right words, because we've been saying, like, I don't want to take the lazy way out, but at the same time, I don't want to make people feel like that the game is hopeless. I do think there's hope, but whether it's through time or through more, because Mihoyo's listening, right? Like Jazzy, Mihoyo is listening. Look at a lot of the changes that has happened without Mihoyo even coming out to address that. Hey, we hear you. We're working on it. They're kind of just like Mihoyo is kind of like always working behind the scenes, whether they tell us or not. So far, most of the bigger issues, they're starting to tackle them one by one, but it's taking some time. Like two-factor authentication took a while. They're still working on it. I think there's going to be a better version of it coming out, and it's just a lot of this stuff is going to take some time. And like you said, sure, take as much time as they need, but most like people will not be here waiting through the dry periods, because in the end it's just a game. And maybe if 2 years 3 years down the line the game like has a complete facelift, you're like, wow, this is Genshin Impact, that's so much different, maybe you'll give it another chance, maybe other people will give it another chance, right? So in the end, I guess that's where we're gonna leave this discussion.
I have one more quick thing that I just want to bounce off of that you said, if you don't mind.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so real quick, it's just the idea that you mentioned, there's like hope to fix this game. And that's a sentiment that I think, again, going back to the 80-20, 80% of the players don't need hope, because I think that the game is good where it is. But I think that there's a very vocal minority, because, again, the people that you're going to hear are content creators, and most of them, if not, well, probably not all of them, but they are the ones spending the money, and they are the ones you hear the loudest because they're making videos about this, right? So from Mihoyo's perspective, they're hitting out at the park because they're getting so much positive feedback from a majority of their audience. It's just again, not to get political, but it's the top end that's trying to run the show. And so there's a lot of people out there who are surprised that there are people complaining about this game, I think. And that's where there's kind of this conflict between the whales and free to play, rather than like Josh explained, rather than being the symbiotic relationship, it's at the moment kind of fragmenting the player base.
But I from what I've gathered from my audience, it's actually there's more, and it proves it. Okay, I usually stream to around like just over 200. Like people in chat can attest this. How many people of you in chat are just sitting here because this wasn't engaging, and you enjoyed listening to I think this topic of change and potential change, or current issues, people are actually very interested in listening to it. Whether they're outspoken or not is a different thing. So I guess different people share different groups of audience. Some people are sharing an audience that are just like, the game's fine, don't talk about negative stuff, we only want to hear positive stuff. Other part, like my content and my audience actually are very engaged in discussion, because that's how I structured it. So I guess in a way, whose audience we're looking at, whose audience we are talking to, will have different voices about the game. So I actually think currently I would say closer to 40 to 60% of the player base sees a need for some sort of change, while the remaining 40% are like, while they're like, yeah, change, I'll take change, or staying the same, I don't mind it either, right? I would say a solid 40% of the player base is, and we also have to remember how many of these people who are playing the game, the active player base, is also online, and also online and actively discussing these issues. So maybe a lot of people in chat right now, we have 360 people here in chat, but how many people are actually engaging and typing, and how many people are more just listening and kind of using this as food for thought, right? So in the end, I don't know and I know Mihoyo has all the numbers, right? We've seen the Genshin, the Teyvat times, right? The whole thing. They know all the numbers. They know this stuff way more than any one of us can piece this together. So I guess it's just working with data, and Mihoyo seeing, hey, people are logging into our game for 10 minutes a day. Most people. What do we have to do to change this? Maybe Mihoyo. Do you think Mihoyo is considering something like that? Because they for sure know people are playing their game less.
Oh, for sure. They have the numbers. They know how many people are playing, and they know how long they're playing for. So it's not a surprise to them, whatever those numbers may be.
So yeah, I guess in that regards, maybe, right? I guess we're getting close to the end here. Maybe that will push MiHoYo. So I guess maybe I should stop keeping my characters logged in on my computer when I sleep.
Yeah, they're like, who is this guy who's logged in for 10 hours? What a nut.
Dude, I don't think I've logged out of Genshin Impact for the past like 2 weeks.
Really? You just leave it up on your computer?
Yeah, I leave it up on my computer when I finish. Like, I mean, how many people who plays on PC does that? Okay,
Yeah.
Chad, calm down.
Yeah, I'm guilty. I'm guilty. I do the same thing. You gotta wait for those bosses to refresh. So you just like sit in the city, leave it in the background because you don't want to restart the game to like log in and do the next, the next domain or the next boss. You just want to pop it up on your window.
Exactly. You just like go in and you just play the game, and then when you finish, you just leave them in the city and you go do something else. I guess.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Jazzy, thank you so much for coming in and having this discussion. I think it's a much needed talk that most people needed to hear. As you can see, people in chat has enjoyed it. So yeah, everyone, if you guys enjoy Jazzy and his take on this thing, and you guys enjoy some Final Fantasy content, you guys can head over to Jazzy's YouTube channel. It's JAZZE. Let's see if I can.
Yep.
So let's see if I can throw a link and pin it. YouTube.com/Jazzy.
Yeah. So while you're doing that, I just want to say, thank you to you. Thank you to your chat for having me here. It was a fun discussion as always. We've had our number of talks, and they never cease to engage me mentally. Always a good time. But yeah, so for just real quick, I guess I'll be doing more than Final Fantasy. I'll be covering other games like Blue Protocol, Phantasy Star Online, Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, New World, Ashes of Creation, all these kind of games. Like as new news starts coming out, I'll be starting to change it up a little bit. I'm not entirely sure what my kind of content schedule is going to be. I am kind of starting to return to work life. My channel was kind of created during the pandemic, so I'm not exactly sure what that's going to entail. So there's definitely some changes that are coming up, but I'm excited for the next stage here and to see what's going on.
All right. Thanks, man. So now we're probably gonna move more into account reviews. But yeah, as you can see, a lot of people were here for the discussion, and people have since dipped out. So it just proved to you that actually a lot of the people are very, very interested in this kind of discussion. So yeah, hey, maybe I might upload this VOD on YouTube as just like a 1 hour VOD of just us talking. Maybe you can do the same.
There's a lot of people who like their podcasts nowadays.
Yeah,
and this is basically what it was. Genshin Impact podcast.
It's nice. It's nice. I enjoyed it, and I know a lot of chat enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, I had fun. Hopefully, everyone else had fun. Mars, thank you so much for having me again. Do appreciate it, bud.
No problem, man. Glad to have you on. Always glad to see you doing well. So I guess good luck, have fun, and I will definitely stay in touch.
Appreciate it. Peace, guys.
All right. Peace. And chat, that there was Jazzy. I love the dude. I think we've been talking on and off about both Genshin and just being YouTubers and whatnot. And we're very similar in size as well. So YouTube size. Our subscriber size. Yo, stop, Miss YouTube. I'm talking about YouTube sub size. Yo, so yeah, yo, chat. So yeah, we share a similar concern. We share. Yo, you guys are capping hard. What the fuck? Okay. We're gonna be moving into account reviews now. Well, not reviews. Just account review. We're doing one account review, and actually, this account is a VIP. They are actually in chat right now. I don't know if they want me to specifically say who they are, but I'm just letting you know. I did see them in chat. So we're going to go in, and the goal here is they want to perform better in floor 11-3 and 12-3. This account has already cleared Abyss. 30, not 36 stars, but Abyss is cleared, but they want to optimize your account to go forward and clear better. So hopefully what we're about to see here and do here can help you, the viewer, as well. Okay, let's get into the game. Right here. All right, this is our account today. Bolo Yash coming in with the $5 says hello Huangle. Yeah, Bolo Yash already said hi to Huangle earlier, and I did say Huangle doesn't usually tune in until a little bit later. And welcome back the Flowcat. Yo, dude, I know you're here for the positive vibes. I know you're here for you know the more engaging part, the actual playing of the game, and less of the discussion stuff. I've gotten to the point of my gameplay where talking about the game it's like constantly talking about it is part of how I continue to engage with the game. So I'm sorry to put you through a lot of this content recently, but going forward, as 1.6 does drop, I am looking to make more engaging and active content going forward. All right. So just for everybody having a heads up, it's just part that like I'm that old. In terms of Genshin, I'm a boomer. Okay, my Genshin timeline. So yeah, the Flowcat, welcome back. Let's talk about account optimization. All right. So I'm gonna record this bit. Because maybe I'll turn this into a video. Let's see how it goes. So, wow, I just messed up my intro. Sup flappers, welcome back to another video. Potential video, we'll see. All right, we got chat here, and today we have an account review. So this account is it's not fully stacked. It has some very solid characters. Definitely one of the better accounts, as they have both Zhongli and Venti. So it's definitely quite easy to work with an account like this. Of course, they also have Bennett, and I believe I saw, there we go. We have Bennett, Xingqiu, the 4 pillars, as you can call it, of any Genshin Impact account. If you have Zhongli, Venti, Bennett, and Xingqiu, you are doing absolutely fine. All right, so the thing with this account is the user is a channel member here on my channel at Erotic Walrus on YouTube. So you see here, all right, they have cleared the Abyss fully. It's just that, it's not that juicy perfect clear. They're telling me that they would like to do better in floor 11-3, and of course they want to start doing better in floor 12 chamber 3. So let's take a look at what we can do with this account to kind of edge us more towards that. And of course, if you guys want to have your accounts reviewed, join my Discord. There's a channel that has account reviews. Once in a while, I'll go pop in, and as the whole 2-factor authentication has rolled out, I'm a little more comfortable doing these account reviews again. So this is the first one back. All right, let's get started. So the Flowcat, first and foremost, coming in with the $5 says, thanks for being awesome, Walrus, with the smiley face. Very cute. Man, dude, you're the awesome one. Dude, tuning out and then tuning back in, the commitment you have, dude. Always welcome to have people this committed to the content. Thank you so much. All right, so first and foremost, I see you had 1 star for floor 11-3, and I see you had 0 stars for floor 12-3. Okay, so let's start by looking at your main roster of units. So you have your main DPS. Keqing, while is a solid main DPS, I'm going to be real here. She does fall off quite a bit towards late game just because of how physical damage and electro scales. So we have Keqing here. We also have Xiao. Xiao is Ascension 6, which is good. Let's see if you have any other main DPS that you can lean towards. Really not. What's your... Yeah, Yanfei without C4 chat is you're gonna really be struggling. So Huangle, of course, coming back with the $5 says, hello Bolo Yash. Very nice. People are chatting chatting in chat through donos. Very nice. Let's keep that up. Okay, so as we can see here, realistically, let's take a look at your D-Look. D-Look is pretty solid. Definitely would perform better than Keqing. So if you have D-Look, let's see. I don't see his artifacts though. One moment. Um, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Crimson Witch. Oh yeah. So he's missing a bit. Yeah, he's missing decent artifacts. Okay, so I guess Diluc is out of what did I quit now? Diluc is out of the question. So now that we're looking at this, you do have Fischl. What constellation are we looking at here? Constellation 2 is okay. Endgame C4 does help out a bit, not necessary. C2 works fine. But I guess no matter how we look at this account, Kaching and Zhao is going to be the crux, the main DPS, alright? Jean's not gonna carry you floor 12-3 with 3 stars for chamber 3. So let's look at Kaching. She is C1, very nice. Let's look at her attributes. Let's see what you're building your Kaching as, alright? 52% crit rate, 182.5% crit damage, pretty solid. I love it. I love it. Energy recharge 116.8. Okay, not bad, not bad. Let's see if you're doing electro Kaching. Not electro, so physical. No. No, you are not running an attack goblet on Kaching. You are not running an attack goblet on Kaching. If this goblet is attack, oh my god, it's attack, isn't it? This is an attack percent goblet. And a really good one at that. And a really good one at that. Huh. Okay. So we've started to identify the first problem. Let's see if you have a electro goblet. It's good though. It's good. Look on the bright side. This is your off piece. So all you need to do is find any physical damage goblet, any right electro goblet, and your Kaching can start to find her identity. But yeah, definitely right now you will be suffering a little bit in regards to both of them. But when it comes to a mixed playstyle, it's fine. It's fine. I guess attack percentage isn't the worst when you're just playing Kaching both for physical and electro. You kind of just mix in between, and you have a really good four piece Thunder Soother is actually really good for this hybrid mixed playstyle. It's not the worst. It's just when playing Kaching, you really want to push her upper limits because she's already struggling with DPS output. Really kind of wishy-washy in that further puts her even further below. All right. So let's look at your Zhao 2-piece Verdescent, 2-piece Glad. Very, very solid. Let's take a look at his stats. 5166, very good. Are you using the Skyward Spine? Okay. And then we got Kaching with the Black Sword. Alright, so your carries are pretty good. I would say Kaching can definitely really benefit from. Actually, let's see if you have one. I'm not gonna use your resources right now. I never use people's resources when I'm doing account reviews, but I just want to see if you have a Electro Cup. You have an Electro Cup? Nope. You do have one, but it's 4 stars, so we're not gonna use that. Physical Cup. Okay, you have a decent physical cup. This has potential, so you can totally lean towards this one if you'd like. But then if you're building physical Kaching nowadays, you want 2-piece. But so yeah, there's a lot of work to be done for artifact optimization. All right, and then so personally, I would say skill Kaching towards currently physical is very, very powerful. But if you're gonna continue summoning, getting your constellations, Electro Kaching definitely starts clapping ass cheeks as you move up the constellation. So yeah, we're gonna. It's really up to you how you want to build her. I would currently build her physical. It's very easy to skill into. But I guess yeah, you can just take this. What do you? take this cup and you can slap it on her. You probably can get some decent results even without the Pale Flame and the Bloodstain. But I would go for the Pale Flame and the Bloodstain. It's a long-term work in progress. For Zhao, this is gonna be fine. I wouldn't worry too much about Zhao. Now let's so now that we've seen this, let's see some potential team compositions. Bennett. All right, so realistically speaking, I'm gonna be very real with you. If you want to do better in Abyss 12 Chamber 3, you're gonna need likely to use the Bennett cheese. And what the Bennett cheese is, it's basically Bennett. You just put 4-piece Thundering Fury on him. So as you can see, increases damage caused by Overload, Electro Charge, and Superconduct by 40%. Triggering such effects decreases Elemental CD by 1 second. Can only occur once every 0.8. So what ends up happening is you just use Bennett. You go to those Electro, what do they call, like the peace be with you. You know, those guys. You use Zhao or somebody, break down their HP, get them to use Electro Shield, and then just use Bennett. E. It's free. It's free. Okay, that's something you can definitely do. So let's see. Go in here. Let's go in here. All right. So a team I would build is Kaching, because that's who you have. I would build Fischl. I would build this first team. I would want Chi-Chi. Last one, I want to be a shielder. I do want somebody who can use a shield, though. So I guess not Chi-Chi, Diona. And who would be a good character to round this off? Because Bennett and Zhongli, I want them in the other team, realistically speaking, if we're gonna be pushing this. No, first, you're gonna do... So this is team 1, right? So you're gonna fight the Lectors with team 1. So team 1 is gonna consist of Zhao, Venti, because you need that battery, and then like this. This is a team 1, very solid team. Team 2 is gonna be the tricky one here. We need Kaching, we need Fischl, get that synergy going, because your Xingqiu is quite underleveled. Yeah, that's another thing. I would definitely push your Xingqiu from level 50 to level 70. A good rule of thumb is treat Xingqiu and Bennett as equals. Whatever resource you pour into Bennett, you should be doing for Xingqiu, because they give very similar benefits to your team. All right, for everybody watching, treat these two as equals. Third one has to be Diona, and the last one, if we're gonna round this off, I go with Mona, to be honest. So a lot of people who haven't tried this, Mona's interaction with Kaching is very interesting. Mona, for her burst skill, amplifies damage, right? And when you use Mona's burst skill and then you use Kaching's burst skill, every single strike of Kaching's burst skill actually is applying that amplified damage. So it's actually a secret hidden OP. This team can deal with the mimics very well. With Diona, she can freeze them, and then Kaching can do superconduct and overcharge. No, superconduct, and what's the other one? Electro charged. All right. This will be a solid team. So, but Bennett does have to have 4-piece Thundering Fury. That's the thing. Okay, so I do want you to try this, and definitely Kaching, you need to use. Actually, you know what? I might try this for you. One moment. I might try this for you. And for this, you want to do better stars. I can guarantee you, right? You're not struggling too much for this one. You're struggling with Abyss Herald. So when it comes to these Abyss Heralds, so the second half, so we're gonna only look at the second half of the team. You're gonna need Cryo. Without Cryo, it's almost impossible to really realistically deal with them fast. Building a consistent Cryo team would consist. I don't want you to pour too much resources into Chongyun, just because Chongyun is kind of iffy. Electro Cryo definitely works here, so I think skill your Kaching more into what do you call that? more into Electro and maybe bring somebody like so a team like this. So I guess that team can work. But instead of Mona, you can even bring Chongyun, to be honest. If not Chongyun, you can bring Rosaria. A team like this can probably work really well. And I'm thinking if you can't, no, you have to bring Electro Kaching, which you might struggle a bit in room 2. But look, you already cleared this. Your goal is just to get to chamber 3 and then smash through it, right? Run double Electro, double Cryo. Well, actually, we can give that a try. Let's try that. All right, chat. It's one thing for me to sit here and blabble blabble. It's another thing for us to try it. So let's take a look. Team 1. So team 1's gonna be Zhao. Should I? No, Zhao kind of suffers a lot in with the leyline disorders. What's the other team I should run? Bennett. And also, I don't know who has what artifacts, so let's try it. Let's try it. Okay, let's try it. So people, we're doing more of an intensive account review because I really want to go. So that one's in the later half, so I need somebody like this. Let's try this team. Let's just see how well this team performs. Man, we can't check artifacts. Go like this. Let's see. Let's try it. We might get clapped. If we get clapped, then we get clapped. All right. Let's try a chat. I do think there's potential. Place your bets right now if you think we're gonna get 3 stars for. I don't care about the first few rooms. All I care about are the are the last. This. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I've not played Shout in a long time. What's Xiao's animation cancel again? Alright, I'm gonna use this guy to charge back my skills. Alright, listen. Chat. For these rooms, there's no time constraints. There's no time constraints, so play with it like this. Play with it like this. Charge back your skills, right? Well, I mean, if you guys are struggling with these chambers. Oh crap! All right, there we go. And we do it all again. Yo, what the hell, dude? Get in there. Wait, am I missing? Uh-oh, I failed. Right, you is no bueno. No. Good, that one is done. Shao definitely needs a heal. All right, we're back to this. We're still at 94%, so we're good. People, take it slow. Take it slow. I'm also familiarizing myself with this team. Don't rush it. 3 stars come with time. There you go. And one last group. Yo, it's not hitting them, is it? It's not hitting them at all. Alright, this should be the last batch. I should leave a couple alive so I can charge up my elemental skill and my burst skill for the next round. All right, this is how you do it. That's how you do it. Don't rush. Yo, keep your distance, man. Social distance. Social distance. Social distance. There we go, and boom. Right in the rear end, as he was about to get up. Oh, Zhao. You naughty, 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 naughty Zhao. Alright. So, let's see how I'm gonna play this one out. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Okay. Go like this, go like this. And boom, shakalaka, boom, shakalaka. Yeah, well, the damage, like, isn't bad because you have Thunder. Oh my goodness, oh my goodness. You have Thunder Soother. Like, look, you see? Both the white damage and the electro damage kind of does equal damage. But then you kind of, for these kind of rooms, it doesn't matter because, you know, you're just, there's no time constraint. But when there are time constraints for DPS output, you're going to start seeing problems with this build. But overall, it's fine. It's like for overworld, whatnot, like all this stuff, it's fine. No problem whatsoever. And Kaching is one of those characters that just works so well, both as Electro and yeah. Easy clap, alright? First one is easy. To the second one. Physical damage. I guess we'll have to take that. What's this one again? I don't remember what this one is. I really don't. What is this one? Ah. Yes. That's a shield up. Shouldn't be that big of a problem for Zhao here, I believe. This is the thing about Zhao, is like he's so he's so good when it comes to dealing with these kind of enemies. So well, let's do this. Let's do this. Uh-oh. Oh no, I completely forgot. I forgot about okay, chat. My Zhongli is C2 Zhongli. So when I saw that Zhongli ult come down just now, in my mind I reshielded. So forgive. I forgot to reshield. So of course shield. Yo. There we go. All right. That was much easier. Like what? let's try this. Oh my goodness. Is there going to be Electro one here as well? But we have Diona and Rosario. We should be good. We should be good. Yeah. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I completely forgot about the second chamber here. No. Oh, we're about to have some big problems here. Or not, because we do have cryo here, so it's not that big of a problem, I guess. Yo, look at Kaching, man. Holy smokes. Hello? Mahoyo? Mahoyo? Please? Buff Kaching? Excuse me? You crazy? Pew! There's the power of Kaching, baby. Stand down. Give it a nice heal. Just, there you go. Get that super conduct. Oh. 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 Yo, I don't like it when this guy teleports. Kind of creeps me out a little bit. I don't know why. I get that ready. Alright. Here we go. Chamber 3. Chamber 3. Are you Cosmic and Astrid is asking, are you gonna wish for Klee? I will not be wishing for Klee. One moment. We'll go with this one. Alright. So I will not be wishing for Klee because I already have Klee, and I think Klee at C0 works fine. She can enable a lot. She can do very well. So let's see if we can now fulfill this this person's wish. Let's go. I remember there's a trick. What? Oh, this is like the Hu Tao problem. Yo, back-to-back alts. Let's go. Oh no! I got juked! Did I? No, I did not. You got juked. Come on, just go down. My goodness. My goodness. Lady. Alright. How many I didn't see how much time we have left. Alright, chat. Right now, place your bets. Do you think, chat, do you think we can get 3 stars? Right now. With this team. Against, we're in floor 11, chamber 3. With this team, do you think we can do 3 stars? Alright, let's do it. Start them off strong. $50 if I can 3-star? Holy smokes, no. I shouldn't have looked. I shouldn't have looked. No, I shouldn't have looked. My heart is racing. My heart is racing. Here we go. That's the first one. Come on. Let's see if this will happen. Yo, please, no. No, Bolo Yacht 3 stars because Honglei is here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, what is happening? Oh no. Come on. Come on, man. Come on, man. Just go down. Just go down. Why ain't you dying? No. No. Very nice. Very nice. There we go. That one finally I finally procced that one shield. I think because I procced that one shield so... Oh my god. Because I procced this one's shield so late, I might... I might be struggling a bit here. No! How come I keep getting stuttered? That's my question as well. I don't know if I can do it with just Diona. Let's take care of one first. Come on. How much time do I have left, to be honest? How much time? Did I miss it already? I think I needed to get both of them down to. Let's retry this. Without Rosaria's cryo application, it's not doable. I need to cycle through it properly. Yeah, we're gonna retry it. I think it was doable if we, what do you call that? If we cycle through our skills a little better. Of course, and of course get this one as fast as we humanly can. There we go. It felt like, dude, that reminded me of me and my cousins in the summer on a trampoline. And we just got that one cousin that weighs like 3 tons, and they're just like jumping, and we're all flopping. Best summer ever. You see those 3 mages were just like boing, boing. Oh my goodness. All right, let's do this. Shred them down. They keep backing up. I need them to be together. I need to get them down to a similar. Oh, I see a dono. A dono Honley. I'm crying from laughter, please, Walrus. No! I'm suffering. Good. Stay together. Yo, bros! I don't need you guys to social distance right now. I need you guys to. Okay, that one I think got. Damn it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. No, not that one. Good. Good. We're making solid headway. Come on. Give me the burst skill. Very nice. Give me the shield. Very nice. Give me the cryo. Very nice. And then E into burst skill, and then take my second E. Yes. Apply that electro constantly. Yes. Very bueno. And then, oh no, my shield is not ready. What about your E? Yes, your E is ready and your ult is ready right afterwards. Ult, woman. Good. Every pulse, baby. Every pulse. That's one down. Second one. Let's go. Diona shield should be back up in 5 seconds. I was wrong. Come on. Rosaria, use your life to buy us more time. Come on. Come on, just go down, man! Just a couple seconds. If I cycled my skills just a little more optimally, or if I dodged one stutter, it could have been that difference. But it's doable, Esther. Use this team comp. It's doable. Even without changing any artifacts, this team comp is doable. You just need to optimize it better. You can try a couple times. One moment. Let's try what do you call that? Let's try floor 12. Let's try floor 12. Cuz this one's a trickier one. Oh, Esther G says, "Help! I play worse than you." Okay, let's try this one first. All right, let's try this one. Let's do the Bennett cheese. I think most of you guys haven't even tried the Bennett cheese, right? I'll show you guys. I'll show you guys the Bennett cheese. It's very, very boring, but it gets the job done. Yeah, for people who have tried the Bennett cheese, it's something. Where is it? Am I Thunder? Oh, Thundering Fury. Chong Yun using it. Very nice. Official Sucrose. Let's take the one from Sucrose. Mona and Official. Let's take the one from... Oh, no, not this one. This one will take the... No. Whatever, we'll just grab a random one. Gene. Don't mind if I do. This one, let's get a HP percentage one here. Do we have Diona in this run? Yes, we do. But Bennett's gonna be our main bro, alright? So Diona is gonna be missing an artifact. Is there anything we can use for Diona? No. I will not stoop that low. I am not that desperate. Alright. Let's go with this one. Let's go for floor 12. Let's go for floor 12. Bennett is ready. Bennett is ready. I don't think we need to optimize it that bad. Let's see the teams. I think that teamwork just now worked really nicely. So Zhao will be used to take care of their health pools, and then we'll go with Bennett for the rest. I think that should work. Second half, we'll go with Kaching, Official, Diona, or Chi-Chi. Philip Chan coming back in with the $10 is, "Yo, Grandma, someone outed you on my stream, but I wanted to thank you for the raid last month. I really appreciate it, dude. And thanks to the raid, I was forced to cosplay Noelle." Bro, we coming back with hey, chat. You see? It all comes full circle. My ultimate plan. No, Philip Chan, thank you, man. Thank you so much. Welcome back. You're catching us at an interesting time. We're trying to build a team to help us clear Abyss 12-3. But yeah, if somebody could please DM me that Noelle cosplay on Discord, please. I'd love to add it to my collection. Oh, no. Just... Whew. Alright, let's see. Oh, to be honest, level up Rosaria a little bit and you'll probably get floor 11 just fine. I'm thinking... No, we're gonna deal with the mimics. The mimics. Are we gonna use Rosaria again? Let's try it. Double cryo. Yeah, let's go. Grandma squad. That's right. Boom. Boom. A boom. A boom. Oh my god. This is chaotic. A boom. A boom. A boom. Alright, let's go with the Zhongli. Huanglei coming in with $2 for Grandma. For Grandma, indeed. No, that's the wrong way, Venti. You... No. No. Venti. Venti. Venti, no. Why are you like this, Venti? Oh, no, 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 no. That Venti, I should use Venti's ult first. Let's start, actually, let's lead with Venti's ult this time. Good. Good. Much better. Oh, look at that. The trampoline starts again. Very good. Let's get Zhongli to re-shield us. Let's try boom boom. Wow, I was actually expecting Zhao to do a lot more damage there. Huh. Re-shield. Dangerous times. Venti E. Get Venti's burst. This time circle around behind this freaking flower. And Zhao go back to town again. We pound. We pound. Yes. I'm seeing that HP bar drop. That's what I like to see, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Yes. Good, good. It's time for Zhongli. Re-shield. Re-shield. Bennett. Venti. Zhao dash through. Twice. Yes. Very nice. This one, can you please, can this one please? No! Should we just take this? Come on, Venti. Yo! I thought I was... Alright, go. Alt. Alt. Oh, wait. There's a cooldown? 2, 1. Go, 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 go. Alright, let's go. Venti. This. We got swirl. Now we can do some swirling. Swirling, swirling, swirling. You know what? I think getting rid of these 2 flowers are gonna be maybe a better way to play this out. Prioritizing these oh my god, really? Really? I'm starting to get tilted. Not this time, baby. Oh my god, not enough. Not enough. 2, 1, 0. Re-shield. Alright, let's go with Bennett ult. Let's go with Venti. Good. Let's get rid of the flowers first. Because once he transform into this thing is electro now, right? With overload, them doing overload on me is very... I was about to say very lethal as I was about to die. Okay. Do this back up. We can do this. Because remember, our Bennett right now is using Thundering Fury. Our Bennett right now is using Thundering Fury. And using Zhao's dashes to dodge, I think, oh my goodness. Where is he? Oh, look, we can both jump. You can jump, I can jump too. Look, we jump, plunge. There we go. Alright, alright. We can do this. We can do this. Second half, we might not be able to do this. E with ult, Kaching with the burst skill, but we're not going to take the second E because we're going to use the superconduct to do physical damage. And it's alright. Damage is alright. Let's try Electro this time. Throw out the E, use your burst, and then take the E afterwards. I think... which one was better? He turned into... Hydro, okay. I think Hydro is beneficial to us. No. No. Cycle through that. Let's go with the Electro's rotation this time and then take the E. Come on, man. Go with burst, E through, and then take this. For this one, I think focusing on the big guy here is the right call. Right as the shield's about to pop, use the burst iframe to kind of extend. Come on, just go down, man. There we go. And then these other two are just whatever. So not like a clean run, I would say, but the goal here is to... Oh my goodness, really? That one didn't... That one didn't die. So for people who can't use one team to beat the Abyss, I always advise them to use different teams to tackle different things. So let's say if you really want to clear this first room with 3 stars, build a team just to clear first room 3 stars, and then build a team just to clear second room 3 stars. But make sure the team can move past the first floor. All right. Which one is this again? Oh, right. The bandits, right. If you all don't mind, can you guys just gather up for me real quick? Yes, all right. Very nice. Let's E. Let's yes, good. And let's shield. Bennett E, Venti. Let's go again, boys. Wasn't that fun? Now, let's go again. Yes, very fun, very bueno. Let's go. Burst. Boom. Let's go. Yes. How is this fly so durable? You have a demon summoning spikes underneath you, and you're just like, it takes 7 spikes to kill one. Alright, everybody, gather up. Yo, people, you ever need a reason to pull Venti? Here it is. Zhao, go. This is like end game Genshin gameplay, people. Oh wait, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Maybe that's kind of a waste. Maybe this is kind of a waste. But then again, I mean... I have it back now. Come on, man. Just go down. There we go. There we go. Alright. Esther G, how is this fly so durable? Yeah, quote me on that. I keep asking myself, like, how are these flies just, like, pretty much unkillable? Okay, let's go with this. Rosaria, come on, girl. Let's go. And then use the thing. And then use the ult. Apply wide area, superconduct. And blow it up. Blow it up. Yes, good, good, good. I'm not doing that much damage, though. Official, let's go, girl. Fly through them all. Let's get rid of the mage first. No. No. Alt again. Ka-ching. Ka-ching, girl. Oh, no. Immediate switch out. Ka-ching is still alive. Still alive. Alt. Freeze them. Make sure they're all freeze when Ka-ching takes the road. Yes. Oh my god, straight back down to no HP at all. Okay. Damn it. I'm gonna die. I need to kill that mage fast. Like, as fast as I can. It's gonna take a while. Let's go, guys. I'm back. Yes. Ha ha ha. Very fun. I forgot to do this last time. So now, dash dash. Venti E. E. Wow, these guys are literally flying all over the screen. Alright, let's try that again. E with Bennett. Zhao dash. Dash the wrong way. It's fine, that's fine, it's fine. Everything's fine. You know, while I'm doing this, all I'm thinking about is for the second half. That's all I'm thinking about. What am I gonna do for the second half of this? How do I even get to Chamber 3? I might have to play up. I might have to sack the stars to get a smoother, more like a better clear. Because it won't matter if I can do well for Chamber 3 if I can't freaking beat it at the very end. Right? So I need to make sure nobody dies on the Ka-ching's team. Because Rosaria is literally level 50. Yo, Zhao! Stop! Stop! Yamit! Voyage says, okay, I'm gonna sleep tonight. Good night, bro. Good night, Huanglei, and good night, chat. Good night, my friend. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. Alright, we're doing this again. We're doing this again. So, we need to focus on the mage. So let's do this. Do Diona. Wait, for real? Am I already dying? Yo. Diona's shield is not enough. Diona's shield is not close to enough. What should we do? What's a way to circumvent this? How are we going to even get to the third chamber if... But the thing is, Chi-Chi won't work either. Because without the shield, you're just going to get slapped around. Chi-Chi... Yeah, so maybe give that goblet back. Oh no, but I don't want to start from scratch. Okay, we're going to try this again. If it doesn't work... then we will have to... level up some units, most likely. Right, and I think overall getting some better artifacts can definitely work. I think character-wise, you have all the characters to make this work, right? All the characters can work, and I think for Thundering Fury, you have a decent set of Thundering Fury. Now it's just scaling them up. We'll try this again. This time we won't go so hard on let me think. What's a better skill rotation to start that fight off with? Where's the last one? Oh, of course. Make sure to get all the bursts back. Okay. All right. So with this one. What? Well, I guess she is level 50, so it is to be expected. RIP. And Fischl gets one shot as well. Yeah, we need a better shielder on this team. We need a better shielder on this team. The levels are way too low. Level 70, level 50, and level 70. So it's 90, 70, 70. Yeah. We don't have the units that can one shot. And it's because Kaching probably needs to be like, this is the thing. If this was, I would say, if this was a either physical damage cup or an electro cup, you probably can have enough damage to burst through the weaker mimics. So this is where, like, it's really towards endgame. That's why people say Kaching, like, oh, Kaching is, you know, whatever. It's because when you get closer to endgame, it's harder to squeeze out more power from her. But I can guarantee you that the teams we were running, maybe you can switch out Rosaria with Chi-Chi, and so have Chi-Chi doing a ton of healing while Diona does some shielding. Maybe throw the HP thing back onto Diona, and getting some better artifacts definitely will help. But that team can do it. All right. Yeah. So SRG's like, if we swap Zhongli to the second team, it definitely works as well. It's just mix matching these teams. Personally, I would think I would say I don't know if you need to farm artifacts. I feel like there is a world where I mean, for sure, floor 11 you can do it. Floor 11, you definitely can do it. You can probably full 3-star clear it. Floor 12, it's a real DPS check, and I think your DPS is really lacking. Kaching, definitely go with either physical damage or electro damage, and you'll likely be able to 3-star the first room and maybe even the second one. I don't know. Your Zhao is really solid. I would say don't need to really pour that much resource into him. Now, really, the question is putting together a team. I really wanted to show you guys the Bennett cheese. The Bennett cheese probably can get you to 2 stars. Physical damage, Kaching plus Bennett. Maybe Kaching with Bennett would have been the better run, and then Zhao with Zhongli in the other team. I think Zhao in the second half, Kaching in the first half is better. I think so. The Bennett cheese is pretty much you just use Bennett's elemental skill on the. All right, we'll try this one last time. We're gonna ship up the teams a little bit. And Chad, this is really what ends up happening when you want to push for stars. Sometimes you have everything you need, but you just need to tweak things around a little bit. So we got Kaching, we got Fischl. We will use Bennett and Chi-Chi. Like this. Or or like this. All right. I think this is a more balanced team. I would change Chi-Chi to my support DPS. Yes, I know. Chi-Chi support DPS. Oh, weird. And do it like this. All right, let's try it. Cam, how do I get Walrus to review my account? You can apply for it in my Discord, and you have to be subscribed. Let's try this. There you go. Let's just start with man, this team has no shield, does it? I don't know if this it has an overabundance of heals though. But without a shield, it's going to be pretty rough, I would say. Let's see if we can heal through the damage. That's my question. Holy smokes. But then again, we do have Chi-Chi, so... and Bennett. So... I would say, as long as we don't get CC locked, we shouldn't ever really be in danger. See if we can run through this. Sucks that this thing turns electro. Our plan to kill the flowers first. Apply the mark. Okay, let's fly. Let's apply the cryo again. Holy smokes. Like this, having Bennett and Chi-Chi on your team, you literally just heal through it all. You heal through it all. They are literally healing me when they attack me. Finishing with like full HP on everyone almost. But the DPS is kind of lacking. However, there you go. There you go. That's first room. Well, not first room. Start this. Let's get pull them in. Damn it, I missed again. Okay. Let's see if we can kill the flowers fast. Cause this one turns into Hydro. Alright, we got the burst skill again. This time we'll use Zhongli's burst. And then shield. Why not? Okay, let's go. Need to reshield after this. Reshield, Venti, E, Jean, E, Zhao, take all the particles, and his burst is back. Triple Anemo battery. I mean, double Anemo battery for a triple Anemo team with Xiao in it is one of like I actually recommended this team when Zhao first came out. It's a lot of fun. Really, really like the damage just never stops. So let's see this one. Yeah. All right, we're back to the second half again. We're not able to group them, so Kaching's half is probably going to take way longer. However, this team was not built to deal with these enemies. This team was built to deal with the room 3. And with double electro, I'm pretty much using my burst on my goodness. Heal us, Chi-Chi, heal us. Oh my goodness. I'm pretty much using my burst on cooldown when it comes to Kaching, alright? That's pretty much what this team was built for. Dude. Really? I can't. Can I even make it to Chamber 3 at this rate? Realistically speaking. Before my sanity runs out, that is. I need to start banging these guys against walls. That's what I need to do. Kaching is strongest when her enemies are up against the wall. Yo, let me move. Let's go. The DPS check is we're failing the DPS check a little bit here in chamber in floor 12, but with the cheese we can definitely do a pretty solid clear with that. I believe. Yo, can we heal? Yes, there we go. That's another one gone. Yo, I swear. Come on, man. What the hell? There we go. And we get to go do the second half. This half is better for us because the first one had a bunch of electro in it. Okay, please. I just want to go to room 3. I need to go to chamber 3, please. Holy smokes. Let's go, come on. Pretty much at this point, spamming Kaching ult is a strategy here. I know we're failing the DPS check miserably. I know. Trust me, I know. But go again. Alt, Kaching, alt. This is why Kaching definitely needs the, what do you call that? The cup to not be just attack, because at the end game it doesn't scale up very well. And this is what ends up happening. Although her mechanics is still very enjoyable to play. And of course, this team doesn't have a shielder, so getting interrupted a lot pretty much seals the deal when it comes to, what do you call that? Seals the deal when it comes to fluid DPS output. Come on. There we go. Alright. Here we go. Right. Go like this. My god. Reshield. Ult again. I can't worry too much about dude, the goal here is to survive. I need to be able to survive and get to the next room, because that's the whole point. Here we go. Whew. Thank goodness Jean's ult is back. Source it all into Zhao and we can go again. We went from killing this what's this guy called? This Abyss Mage first to pretty much leaving him for last. Yo! Come on, man! Yeah. But yeah, that's I can't show it. I can't even reach chamber 3. Yeah, definitely playing it better. I don't play Zhao. I play Kaching, but I don't play Zhao. I don't play Jean. So yeah. I'm sure the teams are good enough. I'm sure the units themselves are great. It's just I can't pilot the team well enough to even reach floor 3, chamber 3. But I think getting a 1-star, 2-star with at least Bennett Cheese is very doable. So yeah. Sorry I could not go through all the floors with you guys, but I'm also running out of time here. I do have to get off. I have to go make the video. But I hope this has helped. One of, if not the first thing I would start doing is actually changing this off into either a physical damage piece or an electro damage piece. Whatever you have, this attack piece, overworld is fine. Normally it's fine, but as you can see, closer to endgame, you're gonna start struggling a little bit with this weapon. Everything is good. All the weapons are good. You have great units. And now it's just piecing them together better and focusing more on units like Bennett, like Xingqiu. Getting Xingqiu up is also going to help you a lot when it comes to clearing these damage walls. All right? So that's going to be it. Let's see if we can go surprise some people with the raid. But of course, I can't send people over. Ah, yes. Tiny Tabby is saying, before we go, what's the update on Teapot review submissions and stream? I have selected 3 people, 1 from NA, 1 from Asia, 1 from EU. I'm going to be reviewing and taking a look at their teapots, jotting some notes down, speaking with them, and just hearing their thoughts when it comes to the effort they put in, what their teapots are, versus you know, what they want me to focus on. So I'll be walking through you guys the whole way through with on this Saturday at 7 p.m. That's going to be the full teapot, like the whole 2 hours is for the teapot review. All right, 3 teapots, and then we're gonna put it to a vote. I'll probably open the vote until Wednesday's live stream, and for you guys to see. And you guys get to vote them, I think, in Discord. I'll probably open up a thing where you guys can vote on Discord. Okay? And winner for that is going to get a prize. The winning teapot master is going to get a little prize. And then we'll see if we can move into some giveaways. All right? So giveaways most likely will happen on this Saturday. Let's see. How long does the Eula banner still have?
Who just stumbled in?
5 days. Okay, yeah, we have some time. Giveaway will be how to enter the account review. First, make sure you're subscribed. When you're subscribed, join my Discord. It's all free. All free. Then you leave. There's a channel called Account Review Applications. But as you can see, I'm not perfect. I come in, I just look at it from my perspective. I go in, I try my best to optimize it, but only you know your account best. So take what I say with a grain of salt. Go in, try these things out, and see if it can help. All right. Thank you guys so much for the support today. It was you know, sitting through the earlier half of this stream. I know it's some of it's very
where you at?
Negative, but it's part of chatting. It's part of discussions, and I enjoy this a lot. All right, thank you guys so much. So let's see if we can send you all over to somebody.
If your favorite isn't Gengar, why are you wrong? Oh no. So I like Charizard. Denver, Colorado. If you've never been, it's kind of nice. We have legal marijuana.
Let's see.
Mountains if you like to snowboard or ski. Favorite Pokemon, probably Charizard. But after that, I'd say like a little bit less basic than Charizard, Hitmonchan.
Okay, let's see. Let's see what Mr. Erron. Let's see what Mr. Erron is up to.
I'm gelling. Cub 1. Punchy Rock. Oh, I love Punchy Rock. Hitmonchan is less basic, but he's still first 150. Yo, a shiny Charmander. I'm so.
I'm low-key wasting it right now. Were you drinking? A lot. Going to the mall with our family. That sounds fun. Malls aren't open here. Still.
Oh shoot! Main DPS Bennett. It's pretty good too. Oh, that guy's dead. Who's still alive? Oh my god, why they guys split up like that? Why they guys split up like that, you know? Oh, you're still split. You think you're cool? Sponge attack. Sheesh, these voice cracks. What are you talking about?
Okay. This is the person we are rating today. He is Heliu. Heliu.
I've been saying that.
So yeah, go and have some fun, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream. We had a pretty packed one. Esther, thank you.
So
I'm sorry, but yeah, guys, go have some fun. Thank you guys so much. Go say hi. You can tell them Walrus sent you. You can tell them Grandma sent you. You can tell them anyone sent you. You can say Tectone sent you. Thank you guys so much. That was fun. It's very hot in my room. I'm gonna go work on the video. See if we can get it out today. All right. Thank you guys. Stay safe.
Appreciate it.
Peace, peace.
Welcome to the Scuff stream. How are you doing? A for grandma.